Hello, everyone. This is John Philosopher with another edition of Politics 101. And today I'm continuing the series. It's the economy stupid, basically articulating, going into the details on on the economy. Um, um, and the last 2 days I talked about the flaws of socialism, and the first part was the the inability to the inability to manage scarce resources, and uh, last video we'll talk about the limitations of centralization, and, and today the final part of that discussion is um the the is called um um the 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 weakest the most the socialism's most dangerous flaw is the the temptation of absolute power, um uh, and it becomes obvious when you study history, um and because um you know the the justification for socialism in the first place was to get the wealth and power away from the wealthy and the well-coded and rich and the upper class down to the people. That is always the argument. However, what 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 it what is very hard to do is get the wealth from the wealthy and to give it uh, give it to um, um, what you call the representative of the people, the few, and have them distributed. That the danger is that there's always the danger and of the temptation of absolute power, because you give the power the, the power of the nation to these people, like in Rome when they gave the power to Caesar to be the Rome's protector. Well, in socialism, the someone has to distribute the wealth. Someone has to become the uh, dis- distributor of goods and services. No, it's not gonna automatically uh, be given to the people. Um, so, generally speaking, those people are people. Um, those people that take um, are in possession of the nation's resources are not the revolutionaries themselves, but the organizers, the power brokers, those who are very well connected, those who use the revolutions as a means of a stepping stone to gain power. And once they have attained that power, once that they're in control of the nation's wealth, the nation's resources, it's very hard for uh, that person to not be tempted um, uh, uh, with that absolute control, because taking the reins of the economy is very, very tempting. You have the whole wealth of the nation at your disposal, and the saying goes, "Absolute power corrupts absolutely." Well, that is the same for that is the case in every time um, socialism has been tried in in um in the past. Why? Because there is the weakness, the weakness of man. The weakness in man is they they want to control. They want to uh, dictate. The weakness when man gets too much power, they they become. It gets it it rises to their heads. It does something. Um, a good example is um, um, police. I and I don't want to disparage all police because the majority of police are good people, but there are some policemen who you give them a badge and they're already dirt bags, even without the badge. But once you give them the badge, it 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 worsens the problem. That authority goes to their heads and they start abusing it, and that what happens when you give uh, wealth and the nation's wealth to a few people. There, there's always the danger that that power will be abused, and and the best way to ensure that that power is abused is that um, make sure that the decisions on to how that nation that how that the wealth is distributed is not given to a few people, but it's broken down to um, individuals themselves, and only in a a true free market that is possible because the in the true market possible, um, people choose to where and how to spend their income, their money, and and um that that that's just take a look um at Cuba, Venezuela, and all other socialist countries, and you're gonna see what I have been saying, what I about the dictation of absolute power is true. So people might argue, well, that's dictatorship. That's not socialism. Well, yes, it is dictatorship, but social socialism makes it possible because the government is in charge, controls the economy, the whole economy, and that makes it easier for someone corrupt to have to abuse their power. All right, that in essence is the greatest weakness of socialism. All right, I bless you.